I'm a tea drinker, but today I'm having some coffee because it's Sunday. I'm completely exhausted from taking care of a little human. Noah has been going through a sleep regression since June. It is now August. I am completely, physically, and mentally drained and touched out. So it is currently Sunday. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, and yes, I'm going to be making dinner because I want to spend the day relaxing with my family and I don't want to have to worry about making it later. So come cook with me while I make a delicious chicken Alfredo bake. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my eyes are so freaking swollen because of how tired I am. Let's get this thing started. I feel like I can kind of relate to you coffee drinkers right now because this is working. So this is a very simple, easy recipe. There's not a lot of ingredients that you need to make this yummy dish for your family. If you'd like to follow along with me, or you would like to know what goes into the recipe so that you can maybe give it a try, I'll be showing you guys everything that goes into it. So of course, this is chicken Alfredo, so you will need some classic Alfredo sauce. Honestly, I like to make mine homemade, but the price of cream right now is so expensive, and these were on sale and they're so yummy. It was actually cheaper and easier for me just to go ahead and buy these, so I just bought the pre-made sauce in a jar. It's actually really good. And of course, this is chicken Alfredo, and it wouldn't be chicken Alfredo without our chicken. So I got some chicken. You're gonna need some olive oil and then just some basic spices that I will show you while I'm making the dish. So without further ado, let's get this chicken chopped up and frying in the pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him in his high chair and give him a snack while I finish making the dinner. I just had to turn the chicken down while I got Noah out of his crib from his nap, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back up and get a pot of water starting to boil on the stove while I finish frying up that chicken. Okay, so I got my pot of water on the stove. I'm starting to boil so that it's ready for when I need to boil my pasta. And now I'm gonna start to season the chicken before I flip it. I feel like I feel the coffee kicking in. I'm starting to feel more awake and like I have more energy. I'm starting to feel so much better. Am I gonna start to becoming like a 1 coffee a day type drinker? Because like I get it now. This is working. I feel like energized, like a new person. That's so good. Okay, so for the seasonings for my chicken, I'm going to be using just some very simple seasoning, some garlic powder, some onion powder, not cinnamon, some paprika, and of course, just some salt and pepper. So I got my salt. I like to use sea salt, and I got my ground black pepper here. I'm starting to fry up now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to add some of my seasonings. And if you're new here, I'm not a measurer, I measure with my heart. That was probably like half a tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna be adding probably close to a tablespoon of garlic powder. I got some onion powder. Are you so happy, Noah? You love cooking with mama in the kitchen. It was so cute when Noah was like a newborn to like a few months old. I had an extra bassinet, so we used to keep it in the kitchen. When I would be cooking dinner, I would lay him down in the bassinet and he would just sleep while I cooked. I think just like the smell of all the spices and the warmth of the stove would just like lull him to sleep. So to this day, like he's always loved being in the kitchen with me. Okay, so for paprika, I probably added about, I don't know, maybe like 2 teaspoons. Don't tease me about my itty bitty little tongs. These are the only tongs that I have, and this is what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip my chicken. So I just realized that I have to pump in a little bit, and I'm drinking coffee. Like, I don't know if I should be drinking coffee. Is this gonna make Noah like super wired later? I hope not. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm feeling so much better and so much more energized compared to when I first started this video. I literally feel like I took a nap or something. This is amazing. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Usually I don't resort to caffeine. Sunday, I'm absolutely exhausted and I needed some help today. So thank you, coffee. Okay, so my chicken is frying up very beautifully. I'm gonna go ahead and salt my pasta water a little bit. You literally need like 4 main ingredients for this dish. You need the chicken breast, you need pasta, whatever pasta you like. Today I'm going to be using penne, and you need some Alfredo sauce. You can either make it yourself or just buy it in a jar like I did. And you're going to need some broccoli. You can use whatever vegetable is your preference. You can just completely omit the vegetables if that's what you prefer. But I'm trying to make sure that we're eating our vegetables in this house. I'm trying to hide it in dishes if I can. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be chopping up my broccoli very finely, and honestly, I feel like the broccoli gives this dish like such a really good flavor. So yeah, I'm adding the broccoli. Oh, and you're gonna need some cheese. I topped this dish with a nice layer of cheddar cheese, and it's so delicious. But you don't need to add the cheese if you don't want to. But like I said before, we love our cheese in this house, and I'm adding the cheese. So my chicken is basically almost fully cooked. I'm going to prepare the broccoli and get it nice and chopped up. Yes, this is a French fry. It's keeping my broccoli nice and fresh. And before you come at me and tell me, girl, you're using the same cutting board and knife to cut up your broccoli after cutting up raw chicken, I washed the cutting board and I washed the knife. I desperately need some new cutting knives. If you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments below what kind of knives you prefer, what brand you're using, because I literally bought this at Dollarama and it's the only good knife I have in my house. Probably not gonna last much longer because it's about to get dull very soon. So if you got any recommendations, please let me know. I'm just using the frozen Great Value broccoli. I get the big value size because Noah loves broccoli. As somebody who hasn't drank coffee in 3 years since my honeymoon, the caffeine is kicking in and working. I'm feeling like I could honestly run around the block right now. I feel so freaking wired. Like, I feel like I have so much like caffeine pulsing through my arms and pulsing through my veins right now. I feel like I could honestly just sprint and run laps around the house. I chopped up my broccoli. I like to chop it up sort of finely so that it's hidden in there so that you don't really realize you're eating a whole big chunk of broccoli in your mouth. My husband isn't like the fondest on like vegetables, so I try to hide it in dishes when I can so that he is getting some nutrients. Broccoli's done. My chicken is done. Now I just have to wait for my pasta to boil. I am only boiling it for about 7 minutes because I want it super al dente, because it is going to be baking in the oven for about 25-30 minutes, and we don't like soggy noodles over here. So don't overboil your noodles if you don't like soggy noodles, because it's going to have some cooking time in the oven. So while I wait for my pasta to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken and broccoli into my casserole dish. I think I added about 2 cups of broccoli, which seems like a little bit more than what I had added last time, but it's okay. A little bit of broccoli never hurt nobody. So all we have left to do is wait for our pasta to finish boiling, add that in with the Alfredo sauce, top it with cheese, put it in the oven, and we are done. And if you watched my last cooking video of me cooking dinner early in the morning, you know, like, I love an easy casserole type of dinner where you just throw everything in there, stick it in the oven, and it's good to go. It's like low effort, easy, because us moms over here, we are busy and we got lots to do. Plus I'm pumping and I still gotta get my pump in, so once this is in the oven, I'm gonna sit and pump while that's cooking. forgot a step, but the caffeine is kicking in and doing its job. I'm going to brown a little bit of breadcrumbs in a pan with some butter and put that on top of the dish before I add the cheese. Honestly, thank goodness for that coffee, because I don't think I could function right now if it wasn't for that coffee. So I'm just gonna be using this. Once you see that your breadcrumbs are nice and toasty, go ahead and add that on top. And now for the last step, I'm going to top with cheddar cheese. So I'm just using my favorite cheddar cheese. I feel like this really does bring the whole thing together. You can omit this step. You don't even have to do the breadcrumbs if you want to make it super easy. You could literally just throw this all in the pan together, toss it in the oven, and then just maybe top it with some Parmesan cheese when it comes out of the oven. This literally takes me like 2 minutes, and it just makes it taste that much better. So I'm gonna go ahead and grate a nice fine layer of this on top, and then I'm gonna stick it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then it's done. And voila, it's all ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer for about 20 minutes and check on it and see how it's doing at that point. If it needs longer, then I can always keep it in for an extra 5 minutes, but I think it should be good at 20 minutes. Okay, it's all done. I've set my timer for 20 minutes, and then when it's all done, I'm gonna come back and show you guys the finished result. If you've made it this far and you enjoyed this video, or you found it helpful or entertaining in any way, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a like to support me here, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me here at Meg's Cozy Corner. Okay, so it's all done. Now I'm gonna take it out of the oven to see how it looks. This thing smells so freaking good right now. Take a glimpse of this. So good. Honestly, anything topped with cheese tastes so good. It smells so good. I cannot wait to dig into this later. I'm just gonna let it cool down and then cover it with some tin foil and put it in the fridge. And then when we're ready to eat dinner later, all we gotta do is scoop a piece out and heat it up. Oh, it smells so good. Honestly, I don't think I have what it takes to be a coffee drinker. That thing took me for a wild ride. I'm like finally coming down off of the high of drinking that. I literally feel like I was on a wild ride at an amusement park, and there was like flashing lights and stuff everywhere. I was so freaking manic mid-video recording this while drinking the coffee. But hey, as a mom, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I just wanna say, I am not cut out for the coffee life. I am a tea drinker till I die. Okay, and so that's basically it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and let that cool down for a little bit, cover it with some foil, and then stick it in the fridge for later. So all we gotta do is take a piece out and heat it up when we're ready to eat. If you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, you found it helpful or entertaining, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe to join my community here. And as always, my lovely friends, stay cozy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.